would you mind just introducing yourself, your name, your title, what you do?
Thank you for having me, Keiko. My name is Millie Arbaje-Thomas. I am the president and CEO of METCO Incorporated, the headquarters office here in Boston. I mean, not only the daughter of immigrants, but I'm an immigrant myself. So I came here when I was 10 years old, both my parents being from Dominican Republic, but I was raised by my mother as a single parent. And she came here like every other immigrant looking for a better opportunity for her children. She had, 4 children that she raised pretty much on her own. And we settled in Lynn, Massachusetts. So, and I don't know if a lot of other immigrant people can relate to me, but because we tend as younger people to learn English faster, and we're already in the school system. I picked up English in about 6 months. I went to a bilingual school. And as a result of that, I had to help my mother integrate into this country. So, when she decided to go back to college to North Shore Community College in Lynn, I helped her with her classes and her course selection and understanding Shakespeare. So I remember going to college with my mother, because I had to,
Wow.
I had to live that experience with her. I was the one that went to parent teacher conferences for my younger siblings, because I'm the oldest of 4, my youngest being 10 years younger than me. So I was the person that went to every single open house, to every parent teacher meeting. That is one of the things that I always go around saying when we talk about METCO, that I am not in this job to compare our school system to any other school system, particularly Boston Public Schools. I do not do
Mhm.
any comparisons about that. 1, that's where my husband works. 2, that's where my tax dollars go. 3, one of my daughters is in one of those schools. So there's many reasons why I don't think it's a fair comparison. So I say there's something that we are doing that nobody else is doing, and it's integration. So there's nobody that's competing in that field right now. And even the integration that we are doing at METCO is still not enough. But integration is so important, because nobody, and I say this is part of one of my statements everywhere that I go, nobody should be educated in isolation. Nobody. It doesn't
Mm.
benefit anyone to be on your own, not to learn from someone else in a shared classroom with a authentic friendship, with learning from each other's shared experiences. When you're talking about what you've gone through in the classroom, and you're learning from someone next to you versus from what the news is saying about that group of people, or what the books fail to say. So for me, I believe that we are part of a very blended world. We're part of a diverse workforce, and nobody should be walking into an adulthood without ever having experienced for themselves the different people that exist in this world. So integration is something that benefits everyone. Being part of the METCO program does not mean that you don't go through some trials and tribulations. You're getting an amazing education. Hands down, that's 100% exposure to amazing academics, sports that we don't see here in the city, extracurriculars that don't even exist in our own, day-to-day life here in our schools, in our city. But it does come at a price, and it comes at that price of leaving who you are behind, depending which group of people you're trying to actually fit in with. I mean, I have 2 children that went through METCO, one who's still there, and it's a battle trying to fit in there and trying to fit in your own neighborhood. When you come back, it's not an easy transition, but it's a sacrifice that you make, because that you're looking for an opportunity to prepare for a place where you feel like you belong.
Mhm.
And when you navigate these places for so long, you can walk into a primarily white boardroom or job interview, or any kind of opportunity that presents itself to you, and you no longer feel like that you don't belong. That's what people have told me, that when they go through the METCO program, they have a sense of confidence,
Mhm.
in being in different spaces, that they in comfort, that they probably wouldn't have had if they didn't go through the METCO program. In terms of what we do to actually prepare students for the for that code switching, is that in most of our schools, if not almost all of them, there's affinity spaces. So the METCO director's job is to ensure that they're being supported, that there's spaces where the METCO students have an office where they can hang out, and have a lounge where they can come and have a safe space. They also create a lot of spaces for them to come together together and do things together. In terms of my office here in Boston, we consider ourselves the convener and the hub, right, in the people's community. So we've created opportunities where all the different METCO district students can come together in Boston. So we have our JOBS program, we have SAT preparation classes, we have tutorial, we have a summer school that we run every summer only for METCO students. So all of those opportunities create, the ability to convene our students and feel like they're safe, like they have other people that have experience that have the same experiences. So METCO is funded fully by the state of Massachusetts. I love to get that question because people think we're taking money away from Boston. We take $0 from this city. All of this is state funded, and it's one line item that actually exists in the state legislature budget. Every year we have to come up, we have to actually advocate for our funding. We have METCO champions. Right now with Senator Chang Diaz. Sonia Chang Diaz is our senator, and then Representative David Linsky from Natick is our state rep, and the two of them carry our line item. And along with a lobbying firm and myself and them, we actually decide which amount we're gonna be asking for, what is the justification for it. And then the districts come and they rally up and contact their legislators and let them know why METCO is important. So our METCO budget has increased from 21 million when I got there to now, it's now 27.9, and we're going for $30 million now for next year's budget, but it is fully funded by the state legislature as a line item. And then once we get approval of that funding, it goes to the Department of Elementary Secondary Education, and they manage it. And they disperse those funds out to the districts and then to METCO headquarters for the role that we play in this, and then for the METCO communities to then hire and oversee their staff and their busing and their program. I think the challenge is this anti-racism work that we're trying to do. So, I feel very, very lucky at this moment because, we developed, after George Floyd was killed, we developed an anti-racism roadmap, METCO headquarters, calling it this 2.0 vision, and a roadmap for where districts can be held accountable to different standards of anti-racism work, so that we're going to create our own tool to hold ourselves accountable to where we are in a particular area and where we want to be. So the challenge with this is that we're talking about systemic change. So racism has been here forever and is going to continue to be here. I don't think we're ever going to eradicate ourselves of racism. We're going to build infrastructures and systems to address things when they happen, to try to prevent some things, and then to be either proactive or reactive and have a way of addressing these situations. And hopefully they can be reduced more. And we can look at some blind spots and close some gaps that we know that are within our control, within our curriculum, within our hiring practices, within the way that we do our discipline. I'm also very proud of this roadmap. That's something that's like my new baby, really talking about adopting a 2.0 vision for METCO and getting people behind as a grassroots movement. That this program started because it was grassroots then, and I always say it's grassroots now. Now we got to take it to the anti-racism work that we were owed 56 years ago when the METCO program started. That all it did was open up doors, but we were challenging the system. So I'm very proud of that.